you're you have a pool of players. You're a team leader, right? And you've got a pool of players. Now, I don't mean to be unkind, but some players are better and some are not. Hence the
That's
pool
the
system.
format.
Yes,
Yeah.
so the pool one, two, three, four. So with that in mind, do you put your weakest player, still good, but your weakest player in the battleship because it's the most forgiving for mistakes, and then you put your best players in the destroyers, which I possibly what my teams did, although I can't comment on that.
I would say no. What I prefer is to have my quote-unquote weakest players in something tanky like a Moskva, and not the battleship, because the battleship needs to be able to make those cross-map shots and punish. And if a pool 4 player might simply not have the mechanical aptitude to do that, compared to the pool 1 player who can make god tier shots across the map. You know what I mean?
So you would consider at least one destroyer and your battleship need to be really on point and know what they're doing. Because
Yeah.
I can see Poppy is really good at what he does. He really milks the maximum he can out of that destroyer. He should have died so many times, but didn't. And his MVP play won the first round as well. So, but you want someone who can position, I guess, their battleship, because battleships are big, slow, and clunky. So you want to get in the right spot and then be in that right spot and then make that one salvo sniper shot that makes all the difference, because that's all the chance you get.
Like that shot on the Des Moines.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between winning the game and losing the game. Having your turrets in the correct position in advance, like
So
knowing when it's going to happen.
this is
Just basic
riposte,
game
right?
sense. Yeah.
What are you picking riposte? Like, what's the battleship pick here? Do you go Kremlin or do you go Ohio or you go something else?
You can go with any of them. It depends on what you want to do, because you can muscle your way into any of those caps. Because basically, the caps on this, you can't stick a clever in there because it will be detected from outside of the cap, no matter where you are on the cap. So
So they
rushing
might
the
different
caps,
ships.
yeah, rushing the caps is a bit of a
We did have that on our fifth round on the last the yesterday. And we on our fifth round we were playing. Our both teams split almost evenly.
yeah.
Now I wonder if that's going to be the way. Oh, we're ready now. I wonder if that's the play that both teams will split up, or if they'll focus heavily on one side. But what I'm trying to mention is that the 3 capture points were not captured for a long time. It wasn't like a quick thing. It was like no caps for some distance.
Yeah, you can put a Moskva up against one like A cap and you can still raid or C cap. It's ridiculous. Like these caps are so close together and packed tightly together that getting into them is a nightmare. So you just want to try and like gain map control and try and form the crossfires by pushing around, reaching around the outsides with a fast DD,
Oh,
and then stopping them doing the same with a counter of say perhaps a Shimakaze and a Venezia as your holding flank. It's basically going to expect to see outward play rather than inward play.
we're just waiting on German shoulder. He seems not ready on my screen at least.
He's also not shown on my stream, but we're supposed to
So
be starting at 45. So,
Debts versus Fans is now tied, one each.
ooh.
And the Gaishu versus Bins still hasn't been decided yet.
So do we know any of the results yet? Then
No, we don't. Three of the 4 matches at the moment are all going into Riposte best of 3.
wow, this sounds like an exciting time across all the channels. Oh, and wait, it looks. Are we off? Are we off?
Looks like we're going.
All right, let me get the map scene on. Map. Which side am I on?
You
Left or
should be
right?
inverted, I think, because you're on Bravo. Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So here we go. Kremlin versus Ohio. So there's a difference. Our team's gone double Des Moines, Goliath, Nevsky with the Gearing Shima, and you've gone.
Kremlin, Venezia, Double Nevsky, Kleber Marceau, and Yu Yang. So I assume the Yu Yang is going to be paired up with the Nevskys for a little bit of smoke blob. And the Marceau
You've
and
gone
Kleber probably
3 destroyer though.
Yeah, yeah. But if you think about it, the Yu Yang is just a smoke bot, and the Kleber and the Marceau, they have enough gunpowder to basically count as a cruiser between them.
I see. Interesting. Okay. And well, we'll see what our gearing does. And Marshmallow and Shima again. And what the opening split is. Whether they go like an even distribution or they go heavy. I'm guessing it's Des Moines Nevsky and 1DD on one side and Des Moines Goliath gearing on the other side. So they'll do like double cruiser DD in 2 groups of 3, and then the Ohio like maybe stays kinda back so that he can get shots on C or A.
Yeah, central positioning with the battleships is pretty much expected. It's just going to be a case of how do we dislodge those demons with our Kremlin? And I think the way he dislodged the demonies with the Kremlin is he just run it up into its face. Because
Hmm.
what's going to potentially hold you back? A Goliath's not going to hold you back. Nevsky's not going to hold you back. The Gearing and the Shimmer might, but
Your team is splitting as well. So Marso and Nevsky going south, so they're already outnumbered there, and 4 ships going north for Bravo.
so I'm imagining this Yu Yang is once again going to be a legendary module Yu Yang with a 6.2 concealment and just like the quicker smoke screen cooldowns. Well, I'm assuming it. I can't guarantee for sure, but that's my expectation of the matter. Which means he will probably get outspotted
Oh, they're
by.
racing for the caps though, really going for it. The cash and also silver, they really want to get that early pressure on. And I guess it's working because our Nevsky Des Moines is going way safe. So you're going to get A. The question is, our Des Moines... Oh, Poppy swapped to a cruiser.
Yeah, Poppy is in the Des Moines right now.
So Shima Marshmallow is moving down. No one, I think, has got range on this because Des Moines is 10 kilometers. He might be able to pop this radar, or maybe you just don't panic too much on the cap because, yeah, your guy can maybe escape. Oh, and Poppy's taking a hit. Yeah, so there's his radar.
There's the radar.
And we should, yeah, he sees him. Oh, reverse from Cash. Now, is the Shima and the Goliath going to open up fire? Verdi's doing his initial shots as well. You've got the sea cap, and the question is, he's doing the wiggles. And he gets out unscathed.
He is still spotted by the radar, though, and the Shimmer is probably going to be closing into spotting distance as well.
But the Goliath opened up fire, and I think he's going to take a big Kremlin shot.
Ah, yes.
Oh my god!
Long range
no!
It's fine. He'll heal some of that back up.
Yeah, but those are Citadel hits, and it's don't get me wrong, because we're not biased here. We have to be biased because we're the casters. I'm like, your team raced, aggressive, dangerous, got the double cap. That has now absolutely forced RTS to play aggressive. It's not the dueling, look at each other. No, we have to play for it. So Des Moines, Nevsky, Gearing versus Nevsky, Kleber, Yu Yang, and I guess it comes down to spotting and aiming at the moment. Whereas on the other side, it's a 4-on-4, and your German ship was looking for an angle. Our Power Verde has moved on to this side, so he's going to shoot on the Nevsky. It looks like the Nevsky's not moving too much. Oh, okay, he's not moving enough. And Verdi's taking a whole bunch of chunk damage at the moment because he can be spotted quite easily by the Marceau.
Indeed. This is what happens when you get a Yu Yang and a smoke screen. Well, I'm surprised that you guys are using the Gearing over the Yu Yang. Just the Yu Yang has better smoke uptime. The Gearing has longer smokes though.
So what bugs me, but what has me concerned is that Poppy, I guess our MVP from the last 2 games, isn't in a position. Oh, and now the Kremlin's going to get broadside shots on Verdi, who's now moving up. And I think this is not an experience thing. Okay, so Poppy's now got broadside shots on the Kremlin, but it's going to be peanut damage compared to what's happening to Verdi. And I think just the play here is OM's taking too much health, Verdi's taking too much health reduction. What's going to happen on the 3-4 line? And it looks like Plank has got himself not stuck, but he's going to have to fight a smoke. And he's outside of radar range, and the Nevsky from Skytech is, let's have a look, behind a smoke screen, probably too far. Yeah, it's a 14k distance, so I think Plank he's popped the radar, sorry, the hydro. You can see the deep water torch.
Oh, C, sorry. You are capping C now.
Shima's in there. Needs to be careful with those torps. Don't think they'll hit. Marceau's kind of having a look. The Ohio's kind of got himself in a reasonably placed area. The Marceau is prowling, doing kind of torps. The C will kind of tie it up, but you've still got quite a point advantage. And also Kremlin's doing another shot on Verdi. Verdi is far, far, far too far up front. This aggressive front play is unfortunately what happened yesterday as well, I believe, and he's got severely punished for it. Now, he may try and make the turn, and I think this is the right play, and just run and then try and survive.
Shots out at the Nevsky.
He'll take some HE splash. I don't think the Nevsky will hit him because he's too angled. Shimakazu's going to try and escape soon, I'd imagine. The Marceau being a nuisance, the Goliath doesn't have a detection, and Poppy is now out of position. B. Yeah, okay, so maybe he's capping B, and alright, okay, I get what he's doing, and it's important, but because he is not with the C group, he's not spotting the Marceau. So the Marceau's keeping Ohio and the Goliath spotted, and prowling on the flanks, and I guess the Shimmer can kind of do the same, but I think Verdi is just going to die here. Unless he can get like a heal, the BB's going to go down, and that's going to remove the threat. Oh, there we go. So Goliath has a Hydra or something. So the Marceau spotted. Ohio takes shots at him with AP. Oh, okay, 3K. Is the Goliath going to finish him off? The Shimakaze should chase him down. Even if Verdi's going to go down here? No, he escapes a broadside from the Kremlin. But he is burning on 7K.
The Shimmer's now spotted as well. No, he's not. I saw the shells going towards the Goliath, and I thought, oh, that's on the Shimmer. Oh, is the Shimmer opening up?
Yeah, he is. It's worth it, I think. Yes, they get him! Oh, okay, wow. Okay, and then Verdi is now healing. So they got the C cap. We're getting the B cap. We're stalling the A cap. And we're now a ship in the lead. I can't... Oh, there's the Torp hits Plank, though. And he's now potentially flooding and firing. And he's trying to reverse Deepwater Torp from your Yu-Yang. So Gearing gets Alpha. Is he going to be able to get Plank to escape? And then what's Poppy going to do? See, you don't have a DD on the C, so it's going to be very difficult. So we see RTS pulling back from Charlie, realizing they don't need to stay there. Hawaii coming back, OM coming back. Oh no! Yeah, the burning of the OM. Okay, so from the Des Moines down.
The Yu-Yang Torp.
Yeah, tricky there. So,
okay, so we could toss the Kleber or the Yu-Yang into
3 capture points for RTS though. Now, Nevsky, is he the correct angle to escape? Yeah, he's not reversing, he's just going to run away. Your Yu-Yang or the Kleber has to go towards A. The Gearing is there. It makes me nervous because he's actually surrounded by 4 ships. The Des Moines from Poppy has now rotated back to look at Charlie. So I'm a bit nervous. I kind of want to sacrifice one of the caps, you know? So it looks like C is probably the best one to keep. So keep C and B and we'll still win in 3.5 odd minutes. Substitute in his Gearing is making me really damn nervous because, or he's turning around, he's kind of backing off a little bit. That's okay. And the Nevsky's
right now.
Yeah, and the Nevsky's kind of doing some work. Oh, the Nevsky can see the Kleber. Well, come on, SkyTech, get those hits in. Oh, there we go. Come on, get another one. Eat him, eat him. Oh, that's a nice little shot there. And then Des Moines shots coming in as well. The Kleber's going in for the A cap. If he dies here, mate, it's real bad. Oh, now Gearing, our substitute's picking up as well. He's revealed himself. Your Kremlin's firing back on our Gearing, but our Gearing is full health. I'm holding my breath.
He appears to be beaching.
I'm so holding my breath right now.
Yeah, that's a very dead Kleber.
Well, he's doing the dodge, duck, dive, dodge, dip, duck. 2K. 1.8. Yu Yang's trying to come out the smoke. Gearing needs to move a little bit because of the damage he's taking. Return fire. Can the cruisers get the Kleber though? Is he going to escape? Oh, it's 800 health. It's so close. Now the Yu Yang is going to come in and take over the cap. He's still alive. He's still alive. I know. And now the Gearing is... Oh, okay, right. So the A cap still being stalled by the Yu Yang, but you've lost another destroyer.
However, we are running a Kremlin in the middle of the B cap, and he might catch the back end of Pop. No, he's not.
Shima's got the Torps there. The Goliath is having to fight the Nevsky by himself here. So that's...
Netcha, Watch is walking his way into C cap as well, though. Like, we have suddenly decided we're going to enter all of the caps.
So Poppy is now returning fire.
Broadside, the Shima portful. Oh, no, I don't want to watch him.
Oh, no, he's going to turn back left. He's going to turn back left. He has to turn back. Yeah, it's going to take like 1 Torp. 2 Torps.
Okay. That could have been a lot worse.
Still, it's painful, but the question, can our Ohio now make a difference? Is Poppy now caught? Because he's reversing and he's taking shots from your Nevsky. Your team is playing super aggressive, but surely he sees the Deepwater Torps because of Flying Marshmallow. Flying Marshmallow needs to be careful. Nevsky from SkyTech's moving back. Substitute's putting a little smoke screen down. Our Ohio is like back up to 77k. I don't want it to be too far so we can't have shots on target. Your Venezia is... all the caps are stalled and now you're taking over the cap control, so you're doing a power play.
The Max and the Nevsky though is definitely caught out.
Yeah, so Poppy's firing on him, the OM's firing on him, but it's trading health at the moment. It's not guaranteed kill. If Max wants to, I think he can break off.
He can't get out.
Yeah, but he's got Charlie. Yeah, but he can stop firing though. Unless...
yeah, but I think he's within the Goliath's base concealment range and he's on fire.
Okay. Well, the question is how much damage is Poppy taking, because he's taking all of Nevsky fire. And while this is going on, I'm a little bit disappointed because Substitute and SkyTech... Okay, so SkyTech's now opening fire on the Kremlin, but Kremlin's just going to tank that for days.
Doesn't even go on Poppy right now, and the Yu Yang is like, I want that. Right, there we go. That's the Goliath down.
What? The Kremlin gets some... Oh, this is the big plays from your battleship player. Now we're resetting the B cap, so we're not letting you get it, but the game is now decidedly flipped in your favor. Now if you were Max Bricks, I would stop firing, but he's not. He's returning fire, so we can still see him. Poppy's in a very, very difficult situation right. Shimakaze trying to torp the Kremlin, but the Yu Yang is going to do proxy spotting. Now while this is going on, the SkyTech is just shooting only at the Kremlin, and that's... Oh wow, when did SkyTech go down to 3k?
I didn't see that either. No, I've just seen him now, just like absolutely.
I was gonna say he has a health pool. He should be firing on, like, in a position to fire on the target of opportunity that's wounded.
Schnittlau, however, is like now getting farmed. Both of my Nevskis are very low.
No, but Poppy's gonna die beforehand, and this is the problem. He's caught. And yes, the substitute can hit him, but no, this is flipped on its head so quickly. And your BB is dodging the torch. He takes another one, but your Ohio is in position. Ours isn't, right? And that's your Kremlin, sorry. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. Our guy pushed way too aggressive, lost too much health, and then he had to run away. We got the capture points, so we were winning it, but then when it came to the debts, you guys think, okay, we need to push, we need to counterplay here. Our guy's nowhere. He's too far away to be effective. He's not close enough to fire on max bricks. Yeah, so Power Verde can't fire on max bricks because he's too far away. And our other cruiser, Nevsky Skytech, he's firing on your Kremlin. Well, your Kremlin's got so much health. That's fine. I can tank for 2-3 minutes. But your guys are focusing on the wounded ships, picking on the wounded ships. If we had more firepower on your wounded cruisers, that would have made the difference. And okay, now Verdi's turned up and now he's fired on Nevsky. No damage though. And I guess that's the difference here. Poppy, good player, did really well, but I think your MVP was just your Kremlin player. He was just on point with his shots, and his positioning, his health pool, and his engagement was there, and it mattered when it counted. And now you've gone from winning to losing to come back to winning.
This has been an intense game, an intense series.
Well, I hope you can go get your Belfast now.
Oh, are you coming to join us? And you can come talk shit at Glibminister for me. You can back me up. You can keep tell Glibminister about how much I need to have a Belfast. I think that'd be a great idea. I think we should just get everybody together and demand a Belfast for me. I think it's only fair if he's going to.
Oh well, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Farazel. Please, everybody, go drop Farazel a follow as well over at twitch.tv/Farazel.
I mean, that's great, but I can't promise I'll stream anytime in the next 6 months. It's very kind of you, though.
Just follow him anyway, and then we're going to pressure him into streaming. That's how you all got me streaming. I got told if I get 50 followers, I have to do a stream, and then it's like a year later, and here I am. Shout out, Farazel. So he's going to do a stream. He's promised us he's going to do a stream.
How much longer I'll stream today, though, is because it's you can jump into the games and watch them, I suppose. But anyway, the point is, you guys played well. It was back and forth. I do question the positioning, and I don't want to. I mean, okay, so I'm basing everything on the top perfect gameplay. So when I call someone bad, I'm not calling them bad per se. I'm just saying it could have been done better to the highest perfection levels. And I feel that in that instance, your if we watch the replay again, I think your battleship, your Kremlin, punished Skytech's health pool. He killed OM and his Goliath, and he was a threat to Plank and to Poppy, kind of in the center there. And that, because it was good presence, but he wasn't in such a position where he can be farmed until they're at the very end. Whereas our Ohio from Power Birdie, he was really aggressive at the beginning, but he got himself in a position where he was being crossfired and couldn't make an impact. And then Poppy, for whatever tactical reason, moved perhaps over to that side to assist or to go for the B. And you know what? I think I know what it is, by the way. Painezor, I think it was your opening play that made this happen.
Oh, the double cap.
The rushed double cap. My team played more passive and defensive, not knowing what's going on, and your team gambled and pushed hard. Now that could be because we had American cruisers that had American radar range with one Nevsky, whereas you had more double Nevskys and radars in that sense. So they're like, they probably don't have radar range on us. So if we race into the lower point of the cap, grab the cap and then run out, yes, I might lose health, yes, I might die, but if I get the cap, then it's a huge advantage for us because you then need to play into our caps after our cruisers have gotten into position.
Yeah.
And it worked really, really well because, case in point, we then had to play counter-aggressive and lost a ton of health on our battleship, and then we lost a whole bunch of health with Plank in his Des Moines. He got unlucky with the double torps, admittedly. But we moved up when we got the caps, but it was that counterplay. And it was good from RTS. That counterplay worked, despite Power Verde getting eaten alive there. But your counterplay to our 3 caps was immaculate. It was very, very good. And you, especially, I think, it's your BB play. So your opening play and your BB play, I think, is what won you that game.
I think I didn't expect my team to be able to counter push like we did. I think it gets to the point where we're talking about counter pushing. It's like counter strafing and exit strafing. It's like, no. What we mean is like we had 2 of the caps, then all of a sudden we no longer had the 3 caps, so we had to then redivert everything to get into all of the caps right now, and people have to know what they're doing when that happens. They have to be like,
it's
you go here, we're gonna push in, we need you here so we can do this. And
it's a lot to do when you're playing these competitive events, like your positioning of your ship, spatial awareness of all the enemy ships, knowing how you can help your team, conserving your health pool until it matters, being in the right position at the right time for when the enemy push to counter or provide supporting fire or supporting radar. There's just a lot going on here, and when you're actually playing, it's like you might make one small little mistake. Maybe you're pointing your nose to the left instead of the right. Now, because you're pointing it to the left, you can't turn back to the right anymore because you'd expose broadside. So you're down this roller coaster of a ride now where you can't escape and get out, and so anyway.